So your place came with a kitchen. Now what? Garlic cheese biscuits from scratch. This recipe calls for buttermilk, but we will make and then use clabbered milk instead. Why? Because we're going to one-up these biscuits to level awesome. We'll start with 2 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half teaspoon baking soda, teaspoon of sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 8 tablespoons of melted and then cooled butter, shredded cheese that you will shred yourself, minced garlic, just a little bit of cayenne pepper, and then we'll add a tablespoon of lemon juice to 1 cup of milk, and that will be our clabbered milk. So now you know how to make it. We'll fire up the oven to 475 degrees. Press our fast preheat button. 1 tablespoon lemon juice into the 1 cup of milk. This is going to sour the milk as you would expect, but this is exactly what we want. Stir, and let's stand for 10 minutes. It's all about the flavor, baby. 2 cups of flour. We'll start with our dry ingredients. 2 teaspoons baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. Looks like that stuff's stuck there. 1 teaspoon of sugar. See it? And there you go. Stuff is sticking. That's what I'm saying. Right, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Let's whisk that. What, you didn't bring your whisk? That's not being prepared. You knew you were mixing dry stuff. And then we'll continue with the cheese. As much as you want. This is Armstrong's strong whole cheddar. Grab a banana. Shred this yourself. And onions. And a flash of cayenne. Whatever a flash is. It'll add some nice flavor to the biscuits. And actually, while we're at it, let's just clean up the fridge. Throw some feta. We forgot to put the feta in. Get a fancy feta spoon. Get the holes. And now we can whisk this together. Oh, who's this? Timba Habs? What's he doing here? He brought beer. Of course, it's one of the clones. They always have beer. Well, where's he going? He's got something. He's dumping it in our biscuit mixture. Bacon? He threw bacon in our biscuits? That's awesome. That's totally unexpected, but that's awesome. But we totally understand that adding bacon adds so much flavor to the biscuits. Way to go, Timba Habs. Drinky poo. Hey, look, the beer. What does that say? Timba returns and discovers his workspace has been disturbed, and one of his beers has been opened. Our melted butter, that's cooled. Checks out the beer. Who's someone left a beer here? Beer. Takes another drinky poo. Yeah, it must be them damn clones. Well, we know it's Timba Habs. So we'll add our milk to the 8 tablespoons of butter.
The butter and milk look yucky together, but this is exactly what we want.
Stir all that up.
And we're gonna add some garlic. Minced garlic to the
So we'll throw in the garlic.
butter and milk mixture.
And we're putting the garlic in the liquid. And this is to ensure that the flavor goes throughout all of the biscuits. The garlic flavor.
We want these chunks. This is really good.
Now you'll notice this is getting into clumps. And that's exactly what we want. These clumps will add just like air pockets in our biscuits, and it'll be just awesome.
Excellent thickness and chunks in that.
It looks horrible, but it's what we want. Yeah, don't overwork the dough. You want to absorb all the flour so that there's nothing sticking or at the bottom of the mixing bowl. Alright, so now we'll see we're using an ice cream scoop to ensure that each one of our biscuits is the same size. And we're putting them on parchment paper. Good idea. Timba takes a break already. Timba Habs enters and continues. Helps himself to the beer too. Well, he brought it. Alright, so he's continuing making the biscuits. What a guy. Timba returns and wonders, what the hell happened? And he had biscuits to make, now they're done. He doesn't remember making them. Someone's been drinking that beer too. Alright, so we'll put our first sheet in the oven and set the timer to 6 minutes. We'll be cooking them between 12 and 14 minutes. After half of that time, we will rotate the biscuits, 180 degrees. So there they are baking. After 6 minutes, rotate the sheet 180 degrees to ensure even baking. 6 or 8 minutes later, we'll pop them out and have a look. They look pretty good. You can tell by the color, and that's how we'll judge how long we want to keep them in there. And here we'll get the second sheet going. We do one sheet at a time. Don't put 2 in the oven. Just do 1 at a time to ensure even baking. Oh, that's Timba Alice, one of the clones, helping himself to a biscuit, some beer. Oh, Timba Habs is back. Couldn't have one of the biscuits. Well, he helped. What are you saying? I helped make them. Congratulations, you made homemade biscuits. And we did it using clabbered milk instead of buttermilk. So this is the tip. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use clabbered milk. And it may be better, we think it is, with the lemon flavor. You're doing well.